Hi friends, it's Phil. It is a beautiful Saturday night here in New England and I'm walking on the beach with my dog. Let me see if you can see her there. I don't know if you can see her there. We're taking a walk and I thought I'd shoot a video. And the reason why I want to shoot this video is because I've been thinking a lot about some of my clients and some people that I know that are, I think, in pain. And I don't mean physical pain. What I mean is emotional pain, where they want to change in their life. They want to change their relationship, or they want to change their job, or they want to change their physical body because they're not happy with it. And because there's so much pain there, they're struggling. And you might be struggling in some area when it comes to wanting to change something that's painful. But the reality is this: in order for people to change, it takes pain or pleasure. And what I mean by that is we're not motivated enough to take the actions necessary to change unless there's pain or pleasure. That's what moves us. And the problem or the challenge with most people is that the pain isn't extraordinary enough. It isn't extreme enough. In other words, for people to actually make a change, they need to experience extreme pain or extreme pleasure. And unfortunately, most people just endure a lot of pain, but isn't extreme enough to make a change. And so what happens is people go to work, to a job that they don't like, it's painful, and they come home, and then they do something to ease the pain. In other words, they will maybe drink or do drugs, or they might do something, like binge watch TV, or overindulge with food, or even do something like be abusive to their family at home. And for some reason, it gives them some sense of release, and it eases their pain. And it eases it temporarily enough to go back to work the next day and continue on this cycle for a very long time. Whether that's work or a relationship or, struggling with your finances. If we drink or we do drugs, that pain goes away a little bit, and then we can start the cycle over the next day. And what that does is it extends how long we can stay in this place, rather than taking the action necessary to get out of that place. And so if you're in some experience right now where you're experiencing some pain in some area, whether that is your finances, your health, a relationship, your work, I've got to advise you that the only way that you're going to really make change significantly and quickly is if you're experiencing either extraordinary pleasure somewhere else, where you can say, you know what, when I do this, it'll feel so good. Which is hard for people to do, to actually imagine that and believe that. But that's one way, and that's the way that I've changed my life, is by imagining something so amazing and feeling that it forced me to do something about my life, right? Or you can actually experience extreme pain. And so if you're doing something that is causing you to ease the pain every day, ease that suffering, I would advise you this: try not to do that. I mean, literally go home with the pain of that horrible job, or live with the pain of that physical body. I know this sounds crazy. Or live with the pain of that relationship that you don't truly like. And don't do anything that's going to cause you to ease the pain. In other words, don't drink, don't drug, don't overindulge, don't watch too much TV. Don't do those things that make you feel better. Because if you don't do those things, then the pain will begin to be so severe that it will force you to act and make a change, rather than do things to put a Band-Aid on the change. Because if you put a Band-Aid on the pain, just think about a real Band-Aid on a cut. If you keep that Band-Aid on there every day and you never take that Band-Aid off, your cut will never heal. But eventually, if you decide to take that off, in other words, stop covering the wound with the Band-Aid, it'll heal. And so you need to stop covering your pain with the Band-Aid, whether that is the drinking or the what other behaviors you do to make yourself feel better, so that the pain gets so severe that it forces you to change. I know that this isn't the most motivating video in the world for you, but it is reality. And for you to make a change in your life, you got to either experience extraordinary pain or extraordinary pleasure. So obviously pleasure would be better, but I know that's harder for people to do, because it's hard to believe that you could have something better when you're in a bad place. So don't allow yourself to get comfortable, and don't allow yourself to ease the pain every day. Experience it. Experience that pain. And if you experience it hard and long enough, I promise you, you will unconsciously make a change. You've done this before, where you've been in so much pain, you said, I've had enough, I'm never going to live like this anymore. And you've done that, you've made that change. just do that with the problem that you might be facing now. I hope this serves you. Sorry it wasn't as motivating as I would have liked it to be, but sometimes you just need a kick, right? A little kick in the behind in order to get you to change. So please act on it. Thanks a lot.